the other week, Dusty Smith created a video in which he denounced the murder by Craig Stephen Hicks of 3 Muslims in North Carolina. And if you don't know the story, basically this guy got into an argument over a parking spot and then killed 3 people who lived in his block. And because he was an atheist, some people have been trying to kind of build up this theology conflict that it's his atheism versus their Muslim belief that was the cause, but everything says that there was a long-running feud, and he was just an entitled arsehole who killed 3 people because, you know, just a massively disproportionate row because he wasn't man enough to stand up and have a fight or go and knock on their door or whatever. So he pulled out a gun, and guns make people brave, and he killed this guy, and then went and executed his sister and his wife and his wife's sister. You know, however you look at it, this guy is just a complete prick, and that's the end of the story. Now, you know, Dusty claims to be a leader of the atheist community, and he says that whenever there's a killing by Muslims, we demand that leaders of the Muslim community apologise or disavow themselves, or you know, make it clear that they don't share the beliefs that the killers did. And so he is only, you know, turnabout is fair play. He's only doing the same thing now when an atheist does a killing. But that's absolutely ridiculous, because atheism is not a theology. Atheism is simply a lack of belief on a single issue. So it makes as much sense to disavow yourself from the action of an atheist as it does to say, he liked the colour blue, I like the colour blue, I disavow myself from blue fanciers' actions, you know. There is no causal link between him and any other atheist, and we don't need to apologise for them, you know. I mean, to be honest, I mean, well, not to get bitchy, but, you know, I certainly wouldn't say that Dusty was a leader of the atheist community anyway. He's just a big mouth in the atheist community. Sometimes funny, a lot of the time recently he's quite off base. But the point is that for a long time Muslims have been saying to us, well, don't blame us for the actions of extremists. And I think in that particular case, both sides have a stronger case, because in the case of Muslims, the theology that they all follow does say in it, does preach violence. You know, it talks about killing the unbelievers and killing apostates and that kind of thing. And really, those Muslims who don't follow that are the Muslims who are actually doing it wrong, if you like. You know, it's not really a no true Scotsman fallacy, because there's a guideline. You know, it's like, if you're a tennis player and you play with a cricket bat, you're not a tennis player, you're a cricket player, or you're a weird hybrid. And if you're a Muslim and you don't follow the rules of what it means to be a Muslim, you're not really a Muslim, you're a Muslim light. Thank goodness for it, you know, don't get me wrong, but you know, in a sense, it's more reasonable to make the case that all Muslims are in a sense apologists, or at least enablers for those extremists who actually do follow the book to the letter of the law, than it is to say that an atheist who you know, there is no atheist handbook, than to say that he is representative of all atheists. You know, there's nothing for him to be. There's no link between him and anybody else, is the point I'm trying to make. So you know, at the end of the day, this corpulent 46-year-old fucker killed 3 fantastic people who were doing humanitarian aid. They were keeping themselves to themselves. They were helping people. You know, they were worth 10 of him, and just because he got in a tizzy over a parking spot, he murdered them. And I've seen it myself in my own life. We have, you know, where I live, there's shared parking, and people feel that even though the parking spots can't be owned by anyone, they feel that if they park there for a long time, that it becomes theirs. You know, not they pay rent for it or anything. And so this is almost certainly the same thing. It's probably community parking, and he felt that he owned it because it's nearest to his house, or because he'd parked there for a long time, and they quite rightly pointed out otherwise. You know, I'm speculating here, but you know, I've seen this kind of shit before in my own life. So you know, I feel sorry for the 3 people who died: Dia Shadi Barakat, Yusar Muhammad, his wife, and Razan Mohammed Abu-Salha, his wife's sister. I guess the only ultimate irony of this is that they were Muslims, and students at UNC, which I guess is the University of North Carolina, gathered on Wednesday for an evening prayer vigil. And not to labour the point, but you know, I'm sure that everybody involved would appreciate the irony of that. Anyway, you take care, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please take the time to rate and comment, and it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. Thank you.